Hello, everybody. Just want to talk about an incident that happened today in class at Zen's gym. I was working with two students that come in early, and they like to get some instruction in Filipino martial arts and what I call extracurricular activity. And they do it for about a half hour, and there's some overlap. So as the next crowd is coming in, my Filipino martial arts group, we were working on some self-defense material. All right, and two of our other students came in. I said, hey, why don't you guys join in and do this with us as part of our warm-up? And I was showing basically how if someone's trying to grab you, they get wrist control, and they transition to elbow control, do an arm drag, come in and get a body lock, and they can grapple with you. And we have this new kid, Kevin. I call him a kid. He's in his 20s. Big, tall guy. Has 2 years of jiu-jitsu training. Had some MMA training as well. And he's a big kid. All right, he's a big dude. Nice guy. Like real happy-go-lucky individual. Real good personality. So anyway, I'm demonstrating a technique. I'm like, all right, go for the arm drag and do the body lock. And as he does it, I control the wrist, and I come underneath, right? And I'm doing the hikite movement, the retraction of the hand into the chamber. But when you do it a certain way, you wrench that elbow. That elbow comes in this position and it's getting twisted, and it shuts down that person's takedown attempt. And you can actually break that arm or wrench it quite easily. Actually, if you do it right and put a little footwork into it, you can not only wrench that elbow, you probably dislocate and separate that shoulder. And his eyes just popped open like, what the hell just happened? And he said, what are you doing? What is this stuff? And I said, I'll show you what's happening. And he goes, man, you just made me feel like I just wasted all my money for 2 years learning jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, I paid money to learn jiu-jitsu too, and what I've learned is grappling is fun, but it's a lot more fun if you're younger and stronger. And so, with my age and my height, I like to try to stop them from getting me to the ground. I like to shut this down as fast as possible. Then I had his attention, and then I moved on to a follow-up technique where you take a person down, and the way you throw him creates an opening that you instantly exploit by stomping on his groin. I know you guys are all thinking Master Ken, right? But I transitioned immediately from the takedown into a groin stomp, and then maneuvered my other foot and did a kick to my downed opponent, kind of like a punting front kick. And he said, what the hell kind of martial arts is this stuff? Like, you'll kill someone. And I said, this is, old school martial arts. It's, a lot of this is traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu. It's Filipino martial arts, and it's kung fu. It's a blend. And it's designed to kind of manage these situations clearly and quickly and clearly. And he just kind of like really started paying attention to what I was doing. And I think those are the best kind of compliments. Not when someone's saying, hey, your technique is good, or hey, you're strong. When they instantly recognize the efficiency of what they're being taught and try to instantly absorb it, try to completely absorb it. All right? For example, I've met some amazing kickers in my time, and when I was younger, I was a fairly good kicker. I try to still keep up what I can right now. I try to kick as much as possible. But I also know that there are kickers out there that are the way they are because of their body. They're naturally taller. They're naturally more flexible. They have a certain structure about them. They're, very low weight yet fairly high power for that low weight. And they're just going to be great kickers, of course, right? But I have also met people who can train you how to kick very efficiently and powerfully and non-telegraphically in a way that anybody can execute. It's very natural, And rather than sitting there all day going, hey, you've got amazing kicks, you're so flexible, I'm like, what are you doing? How do I do this? How do I incorporate this? I really want to do this. Should I move my foot here? Those are far better compliments for a teaching perspective, right? And I'm also glad that a lot of modern younger people are so inundated with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, what I call it, propaganda, and MMA propaganda, and myopia. They think, well, if it isn't Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's not good. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the ultimate martial art. Or they're really into MMA and they're like, yeah, mix the Muay Thai and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and add some boxing and a little wrestling. It's the ultimate martial art. Nothing else works. Everything else is fake martial arts. And I really think they don't understand that there are different contexts in the world. There are different arenas in the world. And certainly, especially if you're young and strong, MMA instruction, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instruction, all of these things will help you as a martial artist. But if you do them to the exclusion of looking at everything else, you are missing out on so many wonderful things in the martial arts. Okay? There are techniques out there that if you know how to apply them and you train them properly with a partner, you can shut down a lot of what modern day grapplers are doing. For example, pulling guard. There are things that you can do that make it very disadvantageous for someone to pull guard, and that make it nearly suicidal for them to pull guard. Okay? Same thing with MMA. MMA is great, but you just can't practice a lot of the things that they do, and you can't do the hard sparring and the hard rolling all of your life the way they do. Things like forms, things like iron palm training, things like yoga and qigong and traditional Japanese taiso training, all of these things, footwork drills, help you maintain a level of skill and fitness and health without necessarily destroying your body, without putting, continual dangerous breaking stresses on your body. And certainly you can't take head punches for a very long time period. Making an exercise regimen of taking head punches for the rest of your life, it is not a good thing to do. Okay, there are better ways to learn martial arts and maintain skill. So, yeah, I felt that was one of the best compliments that I've ever had. And just as I spent my hard-earned money and time to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, to be able to utilize the more practical elements of it and also to counter elements of it and adapt it to street self-defense, I also feel that they stand to benefit greatly from some of the material that I've learned and that I teach. All right, martial arts is about self-expression, knowledge, ability, and remember, knowledge is power. Have a good day.